Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you are new here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So today I'm with
this generation,
and today we are reacting to
Charlie Kirk teaches girl what responsibility is.
wow, this is going to be mind-blowing.
Yes,
so guys, please stay tuned and let's enjoy the wonderful video together. Poof.
Hi, Charlie. I see you on TikTok all the time.
You were getting fired up there.
Yes, I was because, okay, I just want to start this out. I am unaffiliated, but I am a Christian who believes in the right to an abortion. And a lot of the things that you were talking about with her, I really had a lot of answers for that. So the reason I actually wrote this down on a notebook, of course, I was prepared. So the reason why I believe the right to an abortion, why just anyone, if you feel that's what you need to do, then you should do it. Because Matthew 7:1 says, do not judge or you too will be judged. Although Jesus does tell us to tell people, do not sin, it's not our place to judge them, you know? And then another thing that I wanted to bring up, this is crazy, but also the time, I just really want to know why you feel that abortion should be illegal.
Do you think murder should be illegal?
Murder is illegal.
So you think it should be? Do you think it should be illegal?
I just feel like there's a big difference between like a living, breathing human and then a fetus that is inside of another human's body.
Fair enough. What is the difference?
The difference is a fetus is inside of the body. You know what I'm saying? Like a fetus, it can't live on its own.
Got it. So let's go through a couple questions there.
Okay.
Why does somebody's location determine their moral worth?
It doesn't, but it's simply about the fact that if you feel like that's what you need to do with your body, then that's what you do. Because I could also.
Well, hold on a second. If it's not your DNA, how is it your body?
It is your DNA.
No, it's not.
It's a part of you. It's growing in you. It's
Hold on a
connected to
second.
you by an umbilical cord. It is a part of you.
1 second. It's attached.
A part.
It's attached. Hold on a second.
Well, she
it's
even brought
attached,
that
not a
book.
part.
Same
Because
thing.
no, it's actually not. A part, by definition, means it remains permanent,
Oh, okay.
right?
Oh, okay.
So an attachment is something that is temporary, and so it's not. You are not your mom's DNA. You're not your dad's DNA. You are new deoxyribonucleic acid. So shouldn't we say that if it's not your DNA, it's not your choice?
I mean, you could say that, but I mean, really, I just don't understand how you can use religion to back up your point of.
I haven't used it once. She brought up religion. I'm happy to use a non-religious line of questioning. We all agree murder is wrong.
Okay.
We all agree that it's a human Homo sapien.
Do you agree that the death penalty is wrong?
Well, no, I'm actually in support of the death penalty because
Okay.
people do
Okay.
something that justifies that, but that's a separate issue because the baby in utero did not
So
go.
what about the people who could possibly be proved innocent who have been awaiting their death sentence?
Fair enough. That's a good argument, but it's separate, right? So there's been about 31 exonerations of posthumous people that have been exonerated of the death penalty. We're talking about a baby that did nothing wrong except exist
Okay.
in utero, and there's about 1.5 million of them that just get discarded every year. So we agree murder is wrong. We agree it's a Homo sapien, meaning it's a human being. Therefore, murder is the forcible termination of a Homo sapien. Therefore, shouldn't abortion be wrong and illegal?
I still feel like it really, like, okay, for example.
But to prove to me
something
why,
you said-
you use an ABC logical
No,
equation,
facts.
right? So tell me under what standard, therefore, very simple, right? You're in college, you guys do this all the time, right? I hope so. So use an ABC, right? Aristotelian logic, whatever you want to use. Use an ABC sequence for me. Not
My
I feel.
reasoning why I believe that abortion should be legal is because of instances like rape and incest, but I already know that your belief on that because you've already stated that if your daughter were to be raped at 10 years old, you would make her give
Well,
birth to
the baby would be delivered, and let me tell you why. And so, but first of all,
Okay.
let me try to find common ground.
Okay.
If I say we will make rape and incest abortions legal and get rid of all the other abortions, would you agree with that?
Can you repeat that? I'm so sorry.
If I say that we will allow abortions to continue for rape and incest, life of the mother, but all other abortions should be illegal, which is 99.4% of the time, can we make those 99% of abortions illegal?
Yeah, see, I don't believe that abortion should be used as a form of birth control.
So 99% of the time it is. That's all that we're debating in the country right now. So Charlie Kirk's position is a very fringe minority. People are talking about still exceptions, so we should get rid of 99% of abortions.
Yes, but at the same time,
So you're actually not that pro-choice, actually.
I am because I feel like there's no way to kind of divide the basis of like what abortion is being used as birth control and what abortion
Oh,
is
it's
being
totally
used.
easy, actually. I mean, so you could tell through a DNA test if it's an incest baby. You could tell if it's rape because they have to file a police report. And you could tell life of the mother based on an OBGYN analysis. So that's,
Okay, so
it's
then
a
if
very,
it's that easy, then why have we not done that?
Oh, because the American people don't support it. Because abortion is popularly supported as a form of birth control. That's why. So your position is actually a very rational one, and I respect you for it. 99% of all abortions are done just because people want the baby gone. 99%. That's not Charlie Kirk's numbers. That's the Guttmacher Institute, which was funded by Planned Parenthood.
Okay. So do you like feel as though like people who are victims of rape and incest, do you think that they should be able to get an abortion?
So just so we can agree on the 99%, then I'm going to try to win you over on the other percent. Okay?
Okay.
Got it. So we're good on the 99? Get rid of those abortions?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Somebody in this audience was conceived in rape. Can you tell me who?
Nah.
Why? I thought that they're less human.
Those words never came out of my mouth.
No, I know, but the insinuation of allowing rape for abortion is that they're not as human, therefore they should be murdered.
No, that's not it's
But
more
then-
it's more about the mental toll that it would take on the mother to
Oh,
have
I
that
totally
baby.
acknowledge the mental toll, but shouldn't the human being conceived in rape still get human rights?
Yes, but it should be more up to the mother who has to carry the baby and who has to push it.
Well, hold on, let's
you know?
play that out. So even though the mom has to push it, do you still have a right to terminate somebody? Can you take away human rights if your life's going to get difficult to somebody else? If somebody else is making your life difficult, can you take away their human rights?
No, but at the same time, that's where like the question comes in that it should be up between the person, like the.
But why?
the
By what
patient and their
standard is that
doctor.
okay? For example, if a single mom has 2 kids and all of a sudden she loses her job and one of the kids is super annoying and has a learning disability, should she be able to murder that kid because it's an inconvenience to her?
No.
No, of course
Not
not.
after like.
But why is it that all of a sudden you get considered a human being after birth, but before birth you're not?
Because after birth, you can, you're kind of living on your own. You're not in the mother's body.
No, you're not. Hold on. I have a 6-month-old. My baby is not living on its own.
Not living on its own, but it can breathe on its own.
Hold on a second. Over 500,000 babies every year are born in NICU, which require, which is a prenatal assistance, breathing assistance, digestive assistance, and so, are they not human because they can't have any viability? The point is that the standard doesn't apply, right? Let me ask you one more hypothetical, and it's a good question. Then I'll do a Christian one because you say you're a Christian on that. I have 2 ultrasounds.
Mm-hmm.
One ultrasound is a baby that was conceived in rape. The other ultrasound is a baby conceived in a loving relationship. Which one is which?
There's no like that.
There's
like
no
I've
difference,
said
you're
multiple
right.
times, there's no difference in the physical appearance of it, but the complete difference is the mental toll that it would take on
No,
the mother
for
and
sure,
the
but
person who has to carry the baby for 9
Well, hold on.
months.
Let's be clear. There's a mental toll when you have an abortion too. So it's not as if it's a get out of street.
No, I completely understand
So
that.
it's a tough, difficult, horrible
Yeah.
situation. But shouldn't we be that the worst outcome after an evil is to just murder the being? Yeah.
No.
Why punish the baby for the crime of some guy that raped the mother? Why all of a sudden have 2 victims unnecessarily?
Well, okay, let's say the mother who is raped births the baby. What if she hates the baby? Like, what if she just
Well,
cannot care for the
there-
baby? Like, what if the baby comes out and she hates the baby because she got raped?
Well,
like, and that's the only reason
there
why-
are 2 million families right now waiting to adopt children.
Okay.
So put it up for adoption. There are 2
All
million
right.
loving families that can't find kids.
I just find that very interesting because the adoption process is actually very difficult in America.
It is difficult. We can make it easier, but again, the issue is that there is a demand of families that want the babies.
Okay, and my last question that you had started to answer but you didn't answer what you said you were going to was why, if your daughter were to be impregnated by rape, why would you force her to have the baby?
Well, first of all, because we don't murder in our family.
Okay.
Would you murder in your family?
No, but at the same time, I've done a little bit of research, and I just wanted to let you know that the chance of a 10-year-old surviving giving birth,
See,
her
that's
and her baby,
The full question was if.
is below 10%. So in reality,
so
if you want
again,
your child
I said
to
if
have a
there
baby
was
at
no-
10 years
okay,
old,
you're
you're
interrupting.
not pro-birth. You're not pro-life. You're pro-birth.
Okay, again, to be very clear, I said if there was no issue with the mother's health. And understand, this is an extreme, hyper-personal example that someone used, and I'm happy to own it, but let's just be clear. Why is that example getting people so fired up? Because it's easy to say that you can murder a baby if it's small and that it's just quote unquote a clump of cells.
No, I think that one instance got people so fired up because the age of your daughter and just because of the likelihood that she would survive and the baby would survive.
No, my answer was that if there were no medical complications. So that you don't even remember the full answer. People get why does the age matter? Tell me why all of a sudden the age of the carrier matters.
Because that improves the infant mortality rate. Like the older you are, the more likely you are to be able to carry a baby to term.
No, I know, but
the younger you are, the higher the infant and mother mortality rate goes.
I said with no other medical issues though. But why? I'm curious though.
Because with age comes medical issues with birth.
I said with no other medical issues though. So you have to understand the preface there. I want to understand though. Maybe you can help me understand why the women of America are so enthusiastic about the right to be able to kill preborn babies. What is help me understand.
I think it's more of just the ability to be able to do what you feel is necessary
Bingo.
for your body.
I think that's right. It's narcissism. I think you're totally right. It is weaponized medical narcissism. I'm in charge of the world.
No, I'm in charge of my body. Not in charge of the world, but of my body.
Makes sense. So even though it's not your body and it's a different body in you, I'm the most important thing in the world. And that makes sense because you just connected the dots. We have the most narcissistic female generation in history, and abortion is the culmination in that. Thank you for connecting the dots. Thank you.
Thank you.
My God, this is savage. Do you know abortion is wrong?
It's wrong.
It's very, very, no matter the situation.
Yeah.
And I keep saying that when you want to do an abortion, it should be if it's life-threatening. Yeah.
Yes, because whether it's a fetus, a baby is a baby. It's a human. It's a human being. So
this is very wrong. And this mindset of this girl, the way she was saying that it's my body, I can do whatever I like. No, that is not it. Because just imagine your parents saying that it's their body, they can do whatever they like with you. Imagine you dead because someone said that I want to do whatever I like with my body. That is very, very wrong. It's a bad mindset.
yes, if it's not life-threatening, if it's not medically life-threatening, I don't agree for anyone to do an abortion. It's totally wrong. Totally wrong.
Yeah, that's true. And I was very happy the way Charlie was able to educate her very, very well. And that is good. I'm sure that she will be able to learn from this. So, guys, please comment below on how you feel about this abortion talk. How do you feel about it? And also, please like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ngal Fashion Store.
Fashion makes sense.